This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Isn't that a great opening? Christian, great job. Welcome to DBL. Guys, what is it? It's Friday! Thank goodness! I am wearing a lot of yellow this week because I am happy it's May 14th. I'm Tori here with my good friends, Lindsay and Brandon. How are you both feeling?
Feel like it's Friday.
Feel like it's Friday.
Yeah.
It's good to hear. And Brandon?
I'm just happy to be with my friends, like you say, Tori.
No, like somebody forced him to say that.
I had something, I was thinking something else, but then it was like, all right.
It's good to be with
Ready
you
to do
as
TV
well.
though. Yeah, for sure.
All right, we have some big news, guys. It's finally here. Drum roll. Literally the moment so many of us have been waiting for. Of course, we're talking about the new CDC guidance saying fully vaccinated people no longer need to wear masks or stay socially distanced. Woo! So for many of us, it is going to come down to what state and local governments allow. But a lot of places are following suit and doing away with mask mandates inside. So this is a great day for people who are fully vaccinated, but still a lot of questions, right? Like, how do you know who's really vaccinated or not? And what kind of proof will be required? And does this mean that vaccinated and unvaccinated people will be treated differently?
Like a water fountain for vaccinated.
No joke,
unvaccinated
like
type
kind of
people?
like that in a way, because
you really
of like.
think we would go that way though?
Well, I think at some point the segregation needs to be on, like, and I say that meaning thoughtfully, being like, will this turn into one class lower than the other because one is vaccinated and one isn't, with more access to things? What do you guys think?
When I first saw this message, well, you know I have OCD. I'm like very nervous that taking off the mask is not going to work for me. Like, I just need to wear it, and especially
You're also
traveling
pregnant,
or everything.
so
Yeah, I'm just really nervous, and I know there's still like a very slight chance that you can still pass it to people and still catch it if you do get the vaccine. But the fact that he said take the mask off and we're just done with this, I was terrified, because how are people going to check who got vaccinated and who's not? And so I feel like everyone's just going to be free this summer, and so I'm going to be the only idiot with the mask.
So you're the only one in the mask.
Yeah, because I'm too nervous.
No, I mean, we've already dealt with that. I mean, people have taken this, politicized it, or did whatever they wanted with this, the vaccine and now in the virus, and they've chose to live their lives the way they've wanted to live their lives. People have already been masked off. People go somewhere, they're in the grocery store, they still have their mask on. When it comes to that, I just think now that the CDC actually put out some sort of guidance, then it makes it a lot easier for the restaurants and the companies in some sort to have some sort of rules put in place. So when we go hang out, we feel free in that sense, you know?
Yeah. Is this? I would like wristbands. I know that's really bad, but it's
Oh man, I hate
going to
wristbands.
Coachella?
yeah, kind of. It's going to be tricky for a while, and I just
Well,
want
you
to know
said you're
what's
going to
safe.
collect cards from even family members to make sure they're
I'm
vaccinated.
going to go lower on that. My mom said she's never showing me her passport. All right. So what does this mean for the CDC guidance? What does it mean for you? Well, to help answer some of these questions, we are joined by our very own medical expert and my friend, Dr. Payal Kohli. Good to see you.
Hey, Dr. Kohli.
How are you?
I'm hanging in there. How are you?
We're doing well. Well, let's start with the biggest question that so many of us want to know. I can't believe I'm about to ask this. Does this mean the pandemic is finally over for fully vaccinated people?
So I have to say almost, but not quite, because really the pandemic is going to be over when it's over for everybody. And I'm talking not just in a U.S. sense, but in a global sense, so other countries as well. But I think this really does demonstrate the power of the vaccine in giving us back our freedoms, giving us back the things that we love doing in our life, and the vaccinated people can really pretty much do everything reasonably safely at this point.
So, Dr. Kohli, obviously, if you know you're going somewhere where everyone's vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask. But what if you're going to like a party or a barbecue or a grocery store where you're not sure about everyone's status?
Yeah, this is a great question, Lindsay. I think something that's on everybody's mind. So what I'm going to do, even though I'm fully vaccinated, is before I go into a grocery store, I'm still going to put on that mask. And it's not so much to protect me, because I'm reasonably protected as a vaccinated person, but it's really to create that culture that the mask is still around to protect our kids, to protect those immunocompromised people that can't get the vaccine, and to protect those people that are not yet vaccinated. So I don't want us to completely get rid of the mask. But on the other hand, if I was going to a party, like a DBL party, for example, hint, hint, to the producers, where everybody was vaccinated, I would walk in there holding my head up high without my mask and show you guys my beautiful smile.
And imagine wearing lipstick. Remember Miss Lipstick matters now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you forgot what everyone's face looks like here now.
Dr. Kohli, I'm gonna have to be your +1 at that DBL party there. All right, so they gave me
I would love that.
So they gave me the question about kids and masks. I have no kids, but if can kids go and be with their parents in stores or out and about if their parents are fully vaccinated?
No, unless the kid is over 16 and they've gotten their vaccine, or in that 12 to 15 group and they've been fully vaccinated. But kids under 12, Brandon, they just can't. And this is what's really tricky about this weird transition period that we're in right now. So I think, you know, a kid that's 5 years old is going to have a hard time understanding why their parents not wearing a mask and they have to wear one. But they're still vulnerable, so we still have to protect them. And some of this may be us just modeling the behavior. So Jeff, for example, or Sam, when they have little kids, they may just wear the mask mask just to model that behavior for their children so that they feel more comfortable wearing them.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think you have to do that at some point.
It seems tough to try to do that and also have your kids who are really young saying, okay, I'm going to put this on, but you're not. So you kind of have to.
Yeah, you kind of have to model that behavior even though you don't want to. Dr. Coley, thank you so much for answering and masking our questions.
It's not a good one, Tori.
I'll see you guys at the party, right?
Yeah,
This weekend?
Party. Yes, we will. We can't wait to see you with your smiling face. We miss you very much in person. Much love. Thank you so much, Doc. All right, here's a nightmare scenario for anyone. A woman in California was sold the winning lottery ticket. Good news, right?
Yep.
Meaning she won $26 million, but she says the winning ticket was destroyed in the wash. Lottery officials are investigating. Here's what a store employee said about this tragedy.
And so when she pulled it out, it was all crumpled up like in little pieces, and she said she frantically tried to put them all together, but she couldn't.
What would you do if you realized your $26 million ticket literally went down the drain?
Lindsay, Tori, you sit down, you grab a nice bottle of red wine, you get your Rolodex out.
Start the music, Steve.
You get your Rolodex out, and you go back and you apologize to anyone that you've ever done wrong to, because that's karma.
Wow.
You washed away $26 million. That's karma. Go back and apologize to everybody.
Or it's a strong washing machine.
Okay.
Yeah,
Make
hopefully a
that-
good one that
make
can
that
get
close.
this ink off of something.
I mean, it's ripped apart. Well, I mean, that's not a bad call, though. I totally get that as justification. What do you think?
I mean, for $26 million, I'd probably go figure out how to put that thing back together, get the ink organized. No, there's ways. We put pictures back together,
Whoa.
right? We put pictures back together, like old photos that are destroyed, and you bring them back to life. I would try to bring it back to life and bring the lottery experts or the head of the CEO. I'm good for reaching out to somebody's CEO.
You guys.
The CEO of the lottery company, come with me to show that this is real.
With a magnifying
Yeah,
glass,
exactly. Let's just figure it out. No, I can't. I couldn't accept
26.
that.
No,
I
I
would
agree.
never be able to go to bed at night and accept
First
that.
of all, you just called them the lottery experts, which is my favorite thing in the whole wide world. And second, I agree with you. I would call in like legal. I would call in like, you can tell it's from the store. You can tell the serial number was at this time when the ticket was bought. You can see I'm in the store by video.
Nah.
I would make a case for it.
You would be.
Yeah.
You're doing it in a more normal way. I'm trying to be crazy and go on like CSI, but either way, we
It
both are
worked.
trying to get to the same goal of like, I need my money, please.
I wouldn't let that go.
All
I would
right.
not let that go.
No. That's
can't.
not. But the
26 million. You can't just have a bottle of wine and
but
say,
Lindsay-
"Oh, karma." That you wouldn't do that.
Lindsay, you can't just sit there, grab Elmer's glue, and puzzle a piece of a lottery ticket back together.
I would try.
Then call
Okay,
the
well-
lottery police.
Okay, Buddha. Well, I know how calm you are and how you can deal with these situations so calmly. $26 million.
Yeah,
He's
good
gonna
one.
have a bottle of wine.
Brandon's all chill, is that right? Coming up on DBL, we're talking to Back to the Future actress Lea Thompson, from the iconic trilogy to working with John Hughes. She's got some details and she's telling us all about it. Plus, new details about the upcoming Friends reunion that everyone's talking about.
Closed captioning provided by
Across the country, there are visuals like this. People waiting in long lines to fill up at the pump. But there's a lot of misconceptions and straight up misinformation out there. So let's verify 3 fuel facts you need to know. Our sources are Patrick DeHaan from Gas Buddy and Ken Medlock from the Center for Energy Studies at Rice University. Let's start here. Was this actually a shortage? DeHaan says that despite a lot of confusion saying otherwise, it's actually not.
This issue was a delivery issue. Almost like UPS or FedEx couldn't deliver a package for a few days.
In other words, there's plenty of gas out there, it's just not getting to the consumer. Okay, here's our next question. Why are prices so high right now? AAA says the average price is $3 a gallon nationwide. This time last year, it was $1.85. Our experts say that the gas prices have actually been trending upward since November of last year.
Americans are hitting the road and demand has continued to increase. That is why we're seeing prices go up.
But Medlock tells us that on top of all that, we did see gas prices go up as a result of the pipeline issue.
That 10 to 15 cent move we've seen, depending on where you are, is really the result of the pipeline going down.
Okay, question 3. If you're looking to stock up on gas, how long can you keep it?
The shelf life, 3 to 6 months. It really depends on the time of year, the type of fuel, where you're getting it.
But that assumes that you're using an approved fuel container, which is the safe way to do it. Our experts urge you not to be like the people in these viral videos.
A CVS bag, seriously?
Do not transport gasoline with bottles, milk cartons, or plastic bags.
Do not do that. That is incredibly dangerous.
With your Verify, this is Evan Kozlov.
Welcome back to DBL. Big shout out to our coworkers tuning in from home during the pandemic, which is almost over. And a big happy birthday to Karen. Her birthday was yesterday.
Woo! Happy birthday, Karen.
We miss you, love. All right. Well, they've set the date. The highly anticipated Friends reunion. Huh? Like from the opening? You guys know what I'm talking about. It'll now air on May 27th. The HBO Max has released the first look at the special, which featured the backs of all 6 cast members walking away slowly in twilight from the camera. The special had been delayed, of course, multiple times because of the pandemic, but the cast members were finally able to reunite on the show's original soundstage on the Warner Brothers lot. We also know some of the people invited to the party, and it's not us. The guest list includes David Beckham, Justin Bieber, K-pop group BTS, Lady Gaga, and Malala Yousafzai. Yeah, the Nobel Prize winner, just to name a few. So, first of all, let's just talk about the bizarre guest list after we talk about the setup. It's not going to be a Friends show. They're all going to be on like a couch discussing and talking about how it used to be.
Like they did for the Fresh Prince reunion.
That's it. It's going to be, it's not going to be like, Chandler, could you be any more reunion-y? It's just going to be them like sitting there. Is that good for you or no?
I think it's great. Now I really have a reason not to watch. You know, I've never watched an episode of Friends. Like, I know who those actors and actresses are after they went on and did some really cool stuff, but I never really got into Friends. But I like that guest list, which I had to turn down because I had to work.
I hear you.
Yeah, I got to work.
I heard you were busy. Can I ask you a question that's kind of serious?
Yes.
Is it because it was like an incredibly white show?
So
like, I hate to be the person, the elephant in the room, but there was no people of color.
I thought that I was going to be the only one on the panel that's like, I'd never seen an episode of Friends, but I think it's just because for people of color, we were like, in what way can we relate to this at all? Because all TV was mostly white people, right?
Totally.
And so Friends was just another show of just all white friends doing all what, like Sex and the City. I don't know, but that one had fashion in it, so I have a lot of friends that worked in fashion, so I related to it. I was from New York. But for Friends, I was just like, okay, this is not for me, I guess.
I mean, it was very interesting because they had very few black people, even in New York at the time, which was weird. The guest list, I want to say, Malala Yousafzai. I know a lot of millennials, like my younger cousins, who watch Friends not when it aired, but they binged it, and it's like their comfort food. And I think Malala must have just like binged it during her studies, like any other.
But what would make a millennial want to watch Friends? Like,
it's almost like us watching Cheers. Like for me, it's like comfort food.
Or going back to Martin or Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
You know, people go back, millennials go back and watch those shows. No.
Why would y'all go back to what? There's so much great
Golden
TV
Girls
on right now.
Anyone?
No, you're missing me. I'm batting over
Golden
right now.
Girls.
Did anyone else get confused when I saw that list of people? I thought they were going to be all acting in the Friends episode that was going to come back. I misread this whole thing, and I was like, oh wow, how's Malala going to act?
No, how is Malala going to act? She comes into the apartment.
Like, is she going to play an activist?
No, but apparently the people like Tom Selleck, who were also on the show, will make cameos on to discuss how they felt being on the show.
Wow.
So you know what I'm saying? So we're going to see all of that.
Lindsay also thought she could put a lotto ticket back together and call the lotto.
We moved on from that.
No, I'm the lottery experts are on her. Woo, woo. Coming up on DBL, we're catching up with your favorite stars of the 80s. And next, Lea Thompson reveals the very, very cheeky prop she kept from Back to the Future. You'll never guess it. Stay tuned.
After being criticized for being too cautious, the CDC has done an about-face on face masks. So why the change? Turns out vaccines are that good. Let's connect the dots. Some of the criticism the CDC has faced was it was underselling vaccines by not allowing vaccinated people more freedom. That's because the data we now have on the COVID vaccines show they are extremely effective in preventing severe disease. Experts now have more than just the results of the clinical trials, they have real-world data. One reason the CDC was cautious was because of concerns that even vaccinated people could still spread the disease. But as more shots are going into arms, it looks like that is not common. One real-world study found that Pfizer and Moderna vaccines help prevent transmission, not just symptoms. So now the focus moves from face masks to encouraging everybody to get vaccinated.
Welcome back to DBL. From movies like Some Kind of Wonderful to Back to the Future, Lea Thompson is one of our favorite 80s stars. You may also know her from the popular 90s sitcom Caroline in the City or Howard the Duck. We have some fans from there. Well, earlier we checked in with Lea all about what she's been up to lately. That's in today's special series, Favorite Stars of the 80s. Lea Thompson, welcome to DBL. Now, you go down in history as one of film's most famous moms because everyone knows Marty McFly's mom. We're talking to her right now, Lorraine, in Back to the Future.
I hope you don't mind, but George asked if he could take me home.
Great, good, Lorraine. I have a feeling about you, too.
So, over the course of the trilogy, do you have a favorite specific part about playing Lorraine? Because she's had some good moments.
Well, it was a great part because I got to play all the different ages and all the different kind of incarnations of Lorraine McFly. So it was a great part in a great movie. So I couldn't be more thankful to be playing the mother of a 17-year-old for 40 years.
That's true. I never thought about that.
My father! Did you get kicked out of another boarding school?
Now, and Back to the Future 2, which I loved, when Lorraine was married to Biff, which I did not love. But is it true you took a very specific souvenir from the set?
Yes, I took my bust. They created a fake bust for me, and I didn't want it to fall into the wrong hands, so I took my latex dress home with me. Never to be used again.
Lea, you could sign that and that could go in the Met. That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's history.
Speaking of iconic roles, you got to work with John Hughes in one of my favorites, Some Kind of Wonderful. And people say John Hughes defined a generation, but there's been some criticism here and there for how young women are portrayed in his films. Molly Ringwald even called much of his writing inappropriate. I just wanted your take. You have the floor. What did you think about that?
Well, I think Some Kind of Wonderful was one of his most sensitive movies.
Yeah.
I don't think he made too many gaffes in that movie, as you would see now. But, you know, as history changes and we all expand our minds and our sensitivities, I think it's important to, you know, put things in context for the time. You know, John was trying to do something, but he was also a comedian in a very kind of insensitive time. Some of the stuff kind of made me cringe when it happened.
Really? When
I watched it, but not Some Kind of Wonderful. I mean, my husband directed it. I met him there, and we've been married for 32 years. So, yay.
That's Some Kind of Wonderful.
There we go. Oh, Tori, you nailed that one.
Nailed it. Okay. That's wonderful. Sorry. She's like, please go.
All right. Now, I remember being a little kid and watching this. We have to talk about Howard the Duck.
Howard.
Yes, we do. It started out as a box office flop and has become an enormous cult classic.
Sometimes I still get this feeling there's some kind of special destiny waiting for me.
Howard, that's it. Maybe that's why you're here.
And even gets a re-release this year to celebrate its 35th anniversary. How has that experience been for you?
You know, the fact that they're releasing it in 4K, whatever that is, means that there's a lot of fans. And I think I was in a special time when you could buy a movie for the first time and hold it and own it and play it a million times. And I think because Howard the Duck was probably on sale, it's sold a lot.
Currently, you and your daughter Zoe, also an actress, have teamed up on a podcast called A Total Switch Show, right? Where you tell the story of a mother and daughter who actually have switched bodies. What's that like when you're doing this with your actual daughter? How is working with Zoe?
Well, Zoe was the producer, so I was super proud that my daughter gave me a job. There's that. And it was also the first thing I did in COVID when we were all still kind of sequestered away. So it was really fun to act at that time and to make people laugh and to kind of create some entertainment, because during COVID, I really realized how important entertainment is, you know? And sometimes I don't think of our job as being important, but it is. And it's great to get people's heads out of whatever they're in that's not so great.
DBL Nation, don't forget to check out Lea's podcast, A Total Switch Show on Audible.
Yes.
Lea Thompson, thank you so much for chatting, and thank you for stopping by. I can't wait to listen. We'll be right back.
Thanks, Lea.
Thank you.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
People can now sign up to see if they qualify for $50 off their monthly internet through an FCC program. This has raised a lot of questions from viewers wondering how this process works. So we want to verify, does the FCC ask for personal information for its $50 broadband internet credit? With Verify, we show you who our sources are first. We spoke with Patrick Weber. He is the chief of the Consumer and Governmental Affairs Bureau at the Federal Communications Commission. The main question we've received: do I need to provide my social security number? No, you don't need to, but it is an option. You can either provide your social security number, tribal ID number, or one of these forms of identification.
The things that would verify you as the person that you're saying you are, those are things that are required for the program.
Next, do I have to show my tax form? This is true. The FCC needs this for proof of how much income your household makes.
You would have to have an income below $99,000 for a single filer and below $198,000 for joint filers.
Is my credit card number or bank account number required? No, it is not. As long as you provide your tax form, the FCC will not ask for any more financial information.
They'll be able to get all the information they need from you and get you enrolled from their own website.
So we can verify. Yes, the FCC will ask for some personal information, but you will have options in what you provide. To apply, you can visit getemergencybroadband.org.
Welcome back to DBL. If you're trying to get back into shape for summer, hello.
Me?
Here's some exercise tips in DBL's Focus on Fitness presented by QB. First up, you ready for this? Take ice cold baths or showers. They help you build resilience and improve your immune response. Brandon is shaking his head. Second, walk in the mornings and evenings. That helps align your natural circadian rhythm. That's true. This is really helpful. And finally, use steam rooms or saunas. They help you get rid of extra water and sodium to prevent bloating. Staying active is so important, and QB has made it easy regardless of physical ability or age. Try their under-desk elliptical at home. Call 1-800-782-2351 or visit QB.com to learn more. We have someone on the chat here on YouTube that's related to you chiming in. We want to say hi to Lauren Granger, your sister.
Yeah, but I'm very upset with Lauren because she organized a family event. And y'all can let me know, if you live in a different state and your sister organized a big event with everyone in your family besides you and doesn't tell you, I just extend the courtesy just because. She didn't even tell me until it's happening tomorrow.
Lauren Granger, you're awesome.
So I am upset because she should just let me know out of courtescy, even though I wouldn't be going.
Lauren, if you have a response, you have about 10 seconds to write in, and we will get back to you. But
she said you'll catch me at the next one.
Oh.
That's her response.
You know, Tori can make the wristbands for everyone.
Right. Everyone's vaccinated. I don't get it.
You've got a purple wristband. Can't come in. I'm sorry, Miss Granger.
You're out.
Marquita said Lindsay's upset. I'm not upset. I'm just airing my frustrations.
There you go. Just airing. Well, everyone have a wonderful weekend and be glad that things are turning around, right? Be good to each other. We're new every day. We'll see you Monday. Same time, same place. And we love you, DBL workers. We miss you and can't wait to see you. Bye, guys.
Thank you.